Well, welcome back. It's our live coverage of the Missouri Valley Men's Basketball Conference Media Day here in downtown St. Louis, Enterprise Center, the downtown St. Louis. Harry Schroeder with you. And Coach Josh Schertz is with us, the head coach of the Indiana State Sycamores. And you and I have talked so many times and so appreciate the way your players even were just representing your program. You guys really value like relationship and doing things the right way. Just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's been the hallmark for us at LMU. We came here. You always got to figure out as a program what are you going to stand on, and for us, you hit it. Number one is relationships. We want to be a relationship program, player to player, coach to player, coach to coach. We value those relationships. We want to, be a work program and be a program that's really committed to the day-to-day work, really working, with a purpose, trying to develop championship habits, because that's what championship teams have. We want to be a program, and you look at it in different ways, but we want to be a program that's about growth. We want these guys to grow and develop as people, and as players. And we want to be a program that's about winning and all the things that go into that, into winning. But, we talk a lot about culture and, people get into culture this, culture that. There's wall culture, real culture. But at the end of the day, for every program, culture is how you act, how you interact, and how you respond, right? And so how we act, how we carry ourselves, we comport ourselves, how we interact with each other, with the outside, with everybody around the program, and how we respond to the inevitable. Because as going through seasons, you respond to something. You respond to wins, you respond to losses, but you better be responding. And so we really, I think, going into year 3, I came from a culture at LMU that was one of the most special, I think, in college athletics, based on what we're able to do. And you can't transpose culture, unfortunately. But I really like where we're heading as a program in those regards.
Well, you transposed it a little bit. You brought guys with you, but. When I think about your program and what you guys were able to accomplish last year and those guys that you lost, it would be easy to say, well, they really lost some people. But when I look at the people you still have back, but the people you brought in, Swope and Wolf and others, you brought in the right kind of people.
We did. I think, when you get into the portal and recruiting, it's not as hard. Your mistakes are usually not made with, evaluating somebody's talent. The mistake would be, the hard part is because it's such a shorter runway, evaluating their intangible fit. Well, we talk a lot about somebody's competitive character, right? And that's the hard part to gauge when you're recruiting somebody's competitive character. Simple things like really care about preparation. Are they a great teammate, right? Are they coachable? And there's 4 or 5 things we really talk about. Do they have those intangible things? What's their competitive character like? Are they about winning? They play to win, or they play for stats? And you have to evaluate those things. Those are really hard with a shorter runway. We were able to, with the 4 transfers, we knew with the high school guys, we felt very confident with them. The 4 transfers: Isaiah Swope, Jake Wolf, Ryan Conwell, Aaron Gray, all 4 really good enough players, but their competitive character is very much in line with what we want. They are guys who, meet all those criteria, right? I mean, they're guys who care about preparation, being around. They're guys who are great teammates. They're guys who are coachable. They come in every day. They have great humility. They enjoy the success of their teammates, and they want to improve and get better. And I think, and again, the way we play, it kind of leads itself to, if you're about stats, it's probably not going to be, it's probably not going to be the best fit for you. So, it kind of just, those kind of guys eliminate themselves, but we're very transparent in that. But again, credit to the staff, because I think they did a great job with it, but also a little bit of dumb luck. But you get 4 guys in the transfer portal that are all good enough to help us on the court, but they also fit culturally. And it's really been, even though you have 8 new guys on scholarship, it doesn't feel like that when you're around them. It feels like there's a great connection, a great chemistry. The way they act and the way they interact with each other is really, really good. We'll see how we respond, but those aspects have been really, really good here from a cultural standpoint, the first few months together.
The 3 guys you brought with you, and you have others that are returning as well, but they all kind of demonstrate some of the things you're talking about. You look at Jabo, and he just does whatever it takes to win. And Julian is all over the floor. And I was mentioning to him, as you know, for about 2 weeks last year, he was the best player in the league. And Robbie had off the charts freshman year. You've got some guys that are already here that they're ready to do damage.
No question. I think the thing with our system, and the reason we've always been a relationship program, is at LMU, the secret sauce was the continuity drove sustainability. And that we always talk a lot about corporate knowledge. And because the way we play, guys get better year over year over year because it's such a read-based system. Obviously, you want to go practice shooting, go practice 500 shots. That's easy. How do you practice decision making? You got to make decisions. So you can't do that on your own. You need people. And so it just makes sense that over time, guys get better. Even for our team, you look at where we're offensively in St. Louis last year, 94 the first round, 97, 94. Our offense was maybe the best it was all year at the end of the year, which is rare, right? Goes back to that system. But those three guys are certainly going to take big steps forward. I think our internal leadership in terms of guys, the way their agenda piece of that is as good as it's been, the best it's been since I've been here, and as good as any team I've been around. The way that they're breathing life and infusing those new guys with confidence, the way they're encouraging versus discouraging each other when they go through tough times. I've been blown away by that with those three. And I think, like you mentioned, there's other guys. Jason Kent's going to make a big jump. I really think he's poised to have a big year. He's going from 6'8" to 6'9". He's added on, 12, 13 pounds. I think he's going to take a big step forward. Fourth year in the Valley, second year with us, but fourth year in the Valley coming from Bradley. And so, we really like those guys and the job that they've done of, those guys are going to lead the way. And that's what happened last year, it was Cooper Neese and Cam Manning, those returners, and they helped to acclimate the Cavassiers and Robbies and those guys in. And that was why we had the season we did. And if we're going to be good this year, it's going to be those returners that are going to kind of set the table, the foundation, and going to breathe that life, breathe confidence into those newcomers to get them ready early, because we're going to need some of those newcomers to be ready from, to hit the ground running here in November.
Last question, because I know you've got other obligations and all that, but I said in some other website, I said Jake Wolf is going to be the player that everybody in the league hates. Do you and is he that guy also in practice?
Yeah, if you're on, yeah, he's one of those guys. You're on your team, you love him, and you're on the other team, you hate him. Jake was the perfect guy for us, because when you look at it this level, we wanted somebody who was experienced and who had a winning pedigree. And you think about Jake Wolf, he's close to 100 starts. I think he's 94 starts. He's won championships and played significant minutes at Lipscomb and at Moorhead. So he's been around winning his whole career. He is, a guy that has great experience, understands how to play. And as you know, he's a guy, he gets under people's skin. He's tough. He's hard nosed. The thing about Jake is he's got an unbelievable competitive spirit, the competitive character he has. And he's the same way in practice. He's equally as annoying to when he's out there. That's just, and it's the way he plays. But I love it. I think he's a guy that, he brings something that this team needed. And there's an on the court piece. He's people probably, and I think you mentioned this. You might be the only person when we saw him mention it. He's an elite defender. I mean, we have a guy in Julian Larry that I've said I think is the best perimeter defender in the Missouri Valley. Jake Wolf is in that same vein in terms of an elite defender. And it's just his IQ, his competitiveness, his toughness, the way he goes. Yes, knocks down threes. Yeah, he can do everything at a good enough level to where he doesn't have any real gaping hole in his game. He can pass. He's one of the top guys in assists there. So he does everything well. He's going to be if we're going to get over the hump and go from a team that's competing for a championship to a team that wins a championship, Jake Wolf has to be a huge part of that, as does an Isaiah Swope, a Ryan Conwell. And obviously we're still waiting on, word on Aaron Gray. We're kind of, in limbo there, but those three guys that we know are going to they're going to have to be huge pieces. And he is as much as anybody if we're going to be able to take that next step.
Appreciate your time. Best of luck.
Thanks so much, Harry.
Good to see you.
As always. Great seeing you.
Good to see you. That's head coach Josh Schertz of the Indiana State Sycamores. We'll be talking with some Valparaiso guys in just a minute. You're watching live coverage of the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Media Day.